poses. Let's start off in child's pose today. And you can play around with your child's pose and either bring the knees wide apart, big toes together, or shins can remain parallel, and anywhere in between. And if you needed any extra support, use props to make this more accessible, take that on. Spread your fingertips a little wider on the mat. Rock your hips side to side. Settle in a little softer. And breathe in. Breathe out, let it go. 2 more, inhale. Breathe in a little more. Exhale completely. 1 more, biggest breath in. Breathe in a little more. Pause at the top. Open your mouth, release. Scan your body from fingertip to toe tip. And notice how it feels currently in this moment. And take any adjustments you need to settle in to this shape. Observe your breath. Notice the current state of your inhale and exhale. Brief check-in with your thoughts. Notice what's swirling around inside your mind. And then come back to breath. And if you can, breathe in and out of your nose. And if you can't, picture 2 beams of light moving effortlessly in and out of both nostrils. If you would like to activate Ujjayi breath, create that slight constriction in the back of your throat. And keep this breath as you pull yourself forward into tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. And do that again. Inhale, drop down into table. Exhale, child. Inhale, table. Exhale, downward facing dog. Do that 1 more round. Stay in your down dog. And take some time to move, feel, and breathe in this shape. Check into this physical layer of you and notice how this shape feels. And then find stillness and breathe just as big here as in child's pose. Forward fold. Depending on your space, it's going to be front, back, middle of the mat. And maybe you take a bind, or maybe you place your palms flat on the floor, and you may need to bend your knees a little or a lot to make this happen. And then let the sway and the movement come in the hips and the knees, head, neck. Slowly start to bring your feet a little closer to touch, but still keep a little space between them. Halfway lift, slide your hands up your thighs, and pause here. And strengthen up your torso by pressing your palms into your thighs and create length from sitting bones to crown. And support this length by squeezing the low belly in towards the spine. Go ahead and grow just a little longer behind the heart. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. One more inhale. Exhale, let it go. Slowly fold forward. Inhale, rise to standing. Reach up. Look up. Draw your hands into prayer, heart center. Lift your heart away from the floor, and you can give your hips and shoulders a little shimmy and shake, a little happy Monday dance. And if you haven't already, step to the top of the mat. Next breath in, inhale, stretch your arms up to the sky, look up at your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward, empty out. Halfway lift, high plank. It's our first time here, so you can take a few moments to feel into this shape. Using the physical, earthy parts of you to create stability and alignment. And then we breathe big from the crown of the head to the bottoms of the feet. Exhale, lower down to the floor. Spend a few breaths in a back bending shape, cobra, up dog, sphinx. Using these breaths to notice how the back is moving and grooving. One more breath. Downward facing dog. Stretch your right foot to the sky, 3 points. Roll your right foot or ankle around one direction and then the other. Stretch your right foot a little higher. A nice, slow, long inhale steps the foot forward and lifts the chest to the sky. Yeah. And then drop the hips a little lower towards the ground. Next breath in, straighten the right leg. Grow really long through the side bodies. Look up towards the fingertips. Exhale, fold forward, striker salute. Drop your nose towards your shin. Inhale, halfway lift, hip back, heart forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, step straight back. Inhale, right into up dog. Bring your hips towards your wrists. Heart to the sky. Exhale, low plank, hug the elbows into the rib cage. Inhale, back into up dog. Yes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg, stretch high to the sky. Find some movements. Good, and slow inhale, draw your foot forwards. Place it between the hands and rise up, warrior one. One swooping movement. Exhale, drop your hips low. Inhale, straighten the left leg, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, hip back, heart forward. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Soften the kneecaps. We'll flow 2 more times, 1 breath per movement. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, empty out, come forward, step or hop. Halfway lift. Fold. Tadasana, reach up, look up. Fold forward. Halfway lift. High to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha up dog. Adho Mukha down dog. Warrior one. One big inhale, steps the foot forward and lifts the chest up. Yes, exhale, drop the hips low. Inhale, straighten the right leg, reach up, maybe you lean back. Exhale, fold forward, drop your nose towards your shin. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot, warrior one. Ride your inhale to the top. Exhale, sink your hips low. Inhale, straighten the left leg, reach up, lean back. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, empty out, come forward. Halfway lift, fold. Rise to standing, reach up, lean back. Fold forward. Halfway lift. High to low plank. Urdhva Mukha up dog. Adho Mukha down dog. Right leg, warrior one, rise up. Exhale, sink your hips low. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Downward facing dog. Upward facing dog. Low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot, warrior one, rise. Exhale, sink. Inhale, straighten through the left leg. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, empty out, come forward. Halfway lift, fold. Rise to standing, reach up, lean back. Hands to prayer, heart center. Give yourself space between your feet. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Drop your hips low, extend your arms high. Bring your hands to prayer, heart center. One-legged chair, shift into the right foot, lift the left leg. Bring the thumbs and the heart a little closer to touch, lift the left heel. Go ahead and step it right back down, chair pose. One-legged chair to the left, shift the weight, flex the right heel as you lift the heart a little higher. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Fold forward, rock your hips and heart. Downward facing dog, step or flow. Inhale, right leg to the sky, 3 points. Exhale, one cheetah, curl it in. Warrior one, lift up. Humble warrior. Keep the length in the side bodies as you swan dive the chest forward. Activate both feet and drop the crown of the head a little lower. Warrior one, airplane. Drop your left hip in line with your right and keep a little back bend, a little up dog in the heart. Flip the palms down, catch a little air. Chair pose, drop it down. Chair twist to your right. Chair pose, fold forward. Padangusthasana. Wrap your peace sign fingers around your big toes. Stomp the toe tips into the floor. And send your elbows out towards the side wall. Knees are relaxing and softening. Downward facing dog. Step or flow. Left leg, 3-point. One cheetah, curl it in. Warrior one. Humble warrior. And try for the opposite thumb on top. Lift the heart. Fold forward. Activate the right quad, the right pinky toe, and drop the head a little lower. Warrior one. Airplane. Again, catch a little air, palms down, heart high. Chair pose. Chair twist to your left. Hips low, heart high. Untwist. Fold forward. Padahastasana gorilla. Stand on your hands. And I invite you to soften the kneecaps here, relax the back of the head and neck. Don't force yourself into this fold. Downward facing dog. Right leg, 3-point. Exhale, cheetah, curl it in. Inhale, 3-point lift. Exhale, cheetah number 2. Warrior 2, plant the foot. Open the hips and heart. Expand the fingertips like spider webs out towards the side, activating that inner finger webbing and space. Peaceful warrior, reach back. Triangle, Trikonasana. Right hand is active as it stretches forward, and I really like the right hand to the right shin bind. And then see if you can stack your left wrist over your right wrist. Good, and then like a rubber band, stretch and lean back, opening up through the left side of the body. Gaze towards the left fingertips. So press to the feet, rise to standing. Wide-legged forward fold, parallel your right toes. Drop the crown of your head down. And your feet are still active here, finding a little lift in the inner arch. Skandasana, deep side bending lunge. Bend your right knee. Peel your left toes up off the ground. Best effort to keep the side bodies long. Revolved side angle. Turn your toes right towards the front. Twist around your center. This time, right wrist stacks over the left. Lean back. Quad stretch. Drop down to the left knee. Reach back with the right hand. You can always walk your right toes further out to the side or drop down into the left forearm. Keep some spaciousness across the chest as you lean back. Dragon's lunge. And you can bring your foot in a little closer if you like or not. Good, now bring the ball of the left foot into the floor, lift the left knee, and step forward, Malasana Yogi Squat. So again, the toes can point outwards, you can rock the hips side to side, you can use a little block friend, book friend, pillow friend underneath. Give yourself a high five in the middle of the heart, lift the heart to the thumb knuckles. Breathe. Downward facing dog. Your choice how you get there. All right, here we go. Left leg, 3-point. 2 cheetahs. Exhale, pull it in. And lift. Pull it in a little tighter. Warrior 2.
And send your hips low as you spark your fingertips out to the side walls. Peaceful warrior. Straight leg peaceful warrior into Trikonasana. Lead from the hips. Stretch the left hand forward until you find their left shin. Again, start by stacking the right wrist over the left wrist. And then like you're stretching that rubber band across the front of the chest, lean back. Press through the feet, rise to standing. Wide-legged forward fold. This time, option to walk your hands forward into a wide-legged down dog variation. Stack your wrist under your shoulders. Skandasana, left knee deeply bends as the right toes peel up. And again, we're keeping this length in the side bodies. Revolve side angle. Keep walking your hands back to the front of the mat. This time, stack your left wrist over your right and stretch the rubber band. Lean back. Quad stretch. Give yourself the space you need. Turn the left toes out. Dragon's lunge. Finding our way into Malasana. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. Lead with the heart, step forward, yogi squat. Lift your heart to your thumb knuckle. Breathe big. Downward facing dog. Step or flow. Biggest breath in. Bigger breath out. Right foot, 3-point. Cheetah, curl it in, knee towards nose. 3-point, lift it up. 2 more, cheetah, curl it in. Last round. Plant the foot, step it forward, grounded warrior 3. Keep dropping the left hip, palms to the ground, and relax the back of the head and neck. Drop the nose towards the shin. Good, now keep this length, come into Kundalini, bend deeply into the right knee, give the left knee a little home, draw the shoulder blades away from the ears. Dancer, reach your left hand for your left foot, take your gaze down the floor, up the wall, up to the place where the ceiling and the wall meet. Stork pose, crescent lunge, step your left foot back. Crescent twist to your right. Look down at your right big toe, grow really long through the belly, and step the left foot forward, chair twist. Untwist chair pose. Press down, rise to standing, stork pose. Lift the right knee in towards the chest, flex through the foot. Cross the right ankle over the left. Grab the right wrist and pull it to your left side. Grow really long through the right side body. Look up towards the sky. Back into center. And there's 2 options here. You can come into the sciatic stretch using a block or not, or we can work on cross-ankled crow pose. For the arm balance, press into the toes, lift the heels, lock the right ankle over the left. 10-toe descent, slowly slide your back down this imaginary wall. Knees track out. And eventually your hands come to the floor. And same deal. Pointer finger straight ahead, right knee, right arm, left knee, left arm. Grow so long through the torso you can't help but lean and stretch forward, float the heels. And notice that this cross-ankled version totally takes you out. And we'll meet back in down dog. You can step, you can belly flop, you can flow. Nice. For added bonus, have something, a little bug bite your foot during that. All right, big breath in. Big breath out. One more side, left leg, 3-point. 3 cheetahs, curl it in, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last round. Breathe in and out. Grounded warrior 3. Plant your left foot with purpose. Float your right heel up. Good. And work on dropping the right hip, but lifting the right heel. Good. Keep this length. Kundalini's descent. Bend the left knee and simply give the right knee a little home. Dancer, Nadarajasana. Keep lengthening through the torso. Take your gaze down the floor, up the wall. Crescent lunge. Step it back. Twist to your left. Strengthen the hips here. Use the length in the torso. Look down the left big toe. And step forward, chair twist. Chair pose. Stork pose. Lift the left kneecap to the sky. Start by crossing the left ankle over the right. Grab the left wrist, pull it right. Nice long line in the left side body as you look up towards the ceiling. Come to center. Either coming into the sciatic stretch or playing with cross ankles Bakasana. Press into the toes, lift the heels, extend the arms up. Slowly slide your back on this imaginary wall. Left ankle interlocks over right. Lengthen the torso, place the palms down, pointer fingers straight ahead, elbows track back like chaturanga. Again, get so long through the torso, the back of the neck lengthens. Squeeze in, hug heels in towards glutes. Nice. Down dog. However you get there is amazing. Beautiful variations today, y'all. 3 rounds of rolling Chakrabakasana. Inhale, come forward like high plank. Exhale, down dog. Deeply bend the knees, scoop the tailbone straight up and back. Drive through your heels. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last round. Right leg 3-point. Lizard lunge, step the right foot forward. And make this little rocking lizard lunge. And then draw the right hip back, go really long through the spine and take this into a twist. And back down. Half pigeon, deer pose, whichever you prefer. I'll cue us through deer pose. If you know something different, take it. Bend both knees 90 degrees, drop down to the right hip. Square the heart forward as you fold. And then relax your hands. Soften your jaw. Really melt the heart down to the floor. Find a bit of a halfway lift. Slide your hands under the shoulders. Lengthen through the side bodies. Inhale, grow even longer, and then exhale, fold forward. Drop your chest down a little closer to the floor. And the millimeters are a really big deal. Sit up, and then let your body naturally unwind and come into a wide-legged forward fold. Right? There's only one way that your body's going to naturally turn. And honor if the left leg needs a little less effort, and come just for 3 breaths right into the fold. Maybe you need a little rocking and swaying. And we'll come into half pigeon on the left, and so maybe you just keep turning around and parallel the left shin to the back of the mat, or maybe you want to come through a down dog tabletop situation, and it's totally up to you. Relax your hands. Wiggle your chin to release your jaw. Melt the heart down towards the floor. Take your halfway lift, slide your hands under the shoulders. Extend the crown of the head up towards the sky. And then drop back down into the shape. Wide-legged forward fold. Naturally untwist the body. You need a little wiggle and jiggle of the hips and the glutes. And perhaps you find new space on this side this time through. Come to sit up. Extend your right arm over your ear and come into the side body stretch. And you're welcome to keep turning your heart and gaze up towards the sky. Or if you feel okay, you can turn the chest down, dropping the nose towards the shin. Notice if the right sitting bone's creeping up. Do your best to out or rotate the hip and drop it back down. And sit up. Reach your left arm to the side, side body stretch. Send the left sitting bone into the floor. Maybe you stay here working this length, or maybe you use the length and drop the nose towards the right shin. Sit up. Use your hands, lift your knees, curl into a ball or wrap your forearms around your shins, drop your chin towards your collarbones. And lie all the way down on your back. You can pull your knees in with you, drawing little circles in one direction and the other. Plant both feet flat on the floor. Hug the knees, let the knees fall in towards touch. Feet walk a little wider apart. Extend your arms out wide like a T, and then give yourself a big bear hug. Cross your right arm over, left arm under. Breathe into the backs of your lungs, the backs of your shoulder blades. Switch the cross in your arms. Happy baby. And if grabbing the feet aren't accessible, try for the ankles or calves. Start with some gentle rocking side to side. Then coming into stillness, hug the knees in towards the armpits as you flex the heels towards the sky. Supine twist, hug your knees across center to the left. Seal your right shoulder blade down and look right.
Untwist. Cleansing breath. And we'll retwist in the opposite direction. If you wanted to come through happy baby, you can. Either way, drop both knees to the right. Seal the left shoulder blade into the ground and look left. Breathe. Untwist. Inversion of your choice. This could look like happy baby, hips on a block, shoulder stand. Just for a moment, notice the physicalness of this shape. The ways in which the muscles, the bones, the tendons all stack and work together to support you. And then move beyond that into your breath. Breathe bigger. And notice when your mind wanders away to thinking, to doing, to list making. Then simply anchor it back in the present with breath. Maybe you took shoulder stand, make time for plow, halasana, dropping the toes over the feet, or toes over the head. Take a few breaths in Karnapidasana, ear pressure pose. Bend the knees and squeeze them in towards your temples. Slowly roll out one vertebrae at a time. Supta Baddha Konasana. Breathe. And then ask yourself, is there any other shapes I need to feel complete in this practice? And then take them. Big or small, has a name, doesn't have a name. Move yourself into a shape of final rest. Using whatever support system you need to fully rest and relax. Big breath in. An even bigger breath out. 2 more. Inhale. Sip in just a little more. Exhale. Biggest breath in. Breathe in a little more. Let it go. Shavasana. You deserve to rest. Breathe in. And let it go. Without moving, feel into your height and width. Using this sensory information of air and cloth on your skin. Determine the space in which you currently occupy. Feel into your weight, the heaviness of your body pressing down on the earth. And feel the supportiveness of the earth pressing right back up into you. Breathe a little bigger. Inspiring movements in the fingertips and the toe tips. Rock and rotate your wrists and ankles, head and neck. Eventually coming into a full body stretch like you just woke up from a most amazing nap. In your own way and time, come up to a seat. And face whatever direction feels like home. Draw both palms to touch. Lift your heart a little higher. Taking a moment to notice the body, the breath, and the mind in this moment. And the ways in which it perhaps feels a little different. And also honoring the ways in which you're still the same. Nobody lost any fingers or toes in this practice, I hope. We'll take one Om. You can join me or listen. Breathe in. It's my honor to guide you on your practice today. Thank you so much for joining me and each other.